You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Hello and welcome to Movie Beaters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're here with Greg Borman, cinematographer, colorist, and editor. In this segment, we'll be discussing Mandy. This is the non-spoiler segment.
So Greg, why did you pick Mandy for the movie we would bait?
Mandy's one of my all-time favorite movies. And I was thinking about it when you asked me, because I was like, should I pick a movie that's less weird? And I was like, no. I'm going to pick Mandy because I love how weird it is, and I love this movie. So maybe it's my favorite movie. It might be my favorite movie.
I struggle with favorite movie, a show that returning champ, former Farx Nick Michael, I'm going to keep giving him the full title every time, he didn't exactly recommend it. He was watching it with his roommate. And so Mrs. Farx and I started watching it, and they're in a film class. It's a college show, and they say, well, you can tell a lot about a person based on their favorite movie. And I've never had a favorite movie.
It's hard to pick, right? And even if you do pick, it's going to change. Like next time someone asks you, you're probably going to say a different movie.
Have you seen the New York Times thing with the pick 10 movies, and they're trying to do the top movies of the 100 top movies of the 21st century?
I don't think so.
People are publishing their 10 that they're submitting.
Yeah, there's a lot on Facebook right now. A lot of our friends are posting them.
Yeah, I saw everyone from the leader of Film North to other people doing it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the thing we're doing on social media this week. Guess that's better than what was happening a couple of weeks ago. I bought this movie for $5, having only heard about it, and Nick Michael was over with my brother-in-law on my wife's side. We maybe had libations. I'm not saying we did or we did not.
All right.
But
you had a good time.
My sister-in-law, my brother-in-law's wife, my wife had, and I feel like I'm about to say women be shopping, but they were out shopping. So we were like, oh, well, we can watch Mandy and it's fine, because I've heard this is a crazy Nick Cage movie. Are you pro or anti Nick Cage, Greg?
I love Nick Cage. How can I be a fan of this movie and not love Nick Cage?
Yeah.
I think whether you love or hate Nick Cage, this is the perfect movie for him.
Is this peak Cage?
I think this is peak Cage.
What? No, I wouldn't say that. It's not his craziest performance.
Okay, what is his craziest?
What's that? The Wicker Man?
Wicker Man? The Bees!
The Bees!
Yeah, Wicker Man, that's classic Nick Cage, but also, that's a terrible movie.
It is a terrible movie, yeah.
It's a remake of a better movie.
Of a fantastic movie.
I see.
I've only seen the terrible one.
Yeah, you should watch the original. But I would say this one's crazier, honestly.
Well, they're both about cults, right? And I'm not trying to give anything away, but...
yeah, they're both about cults.
I'll see both your movies and be like, Face Off, man. Face Off is, I think, peak Cage for me.
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
Mrs. Farx was like, isn't that a hockey movie? So that night, we watched that, and she was so blown away. She was not ready for John Woo's Face Off. And I guess my question then would be, what makes a Nicolas Cage movie? Because I don't think it's just wackiness.
It's definitely wackiness.
But I think in every stellar Nick Cage movie, and every really good one, there's a moment where he snaps. And from then on, it's crazy. And the movie Mandy hinges around that moment, right? Like, you don't get the title card till halfway through the movie.
Yes.
When he snaps.
Crazy. This is the longest start, and this is non-spoiler, the longest, a time to a title card. Because I remember, I think it was Flesh, like a Hulu movie that came out during the pandemic, didn't have the title card till 30 minutes in. People were like, oh my gosh, the title card didn't come till 30 minutes in. And something we saw recently, possibly the Phoenician Scheme did that. I can't remember.
Yeah, that definitely took a while for the title screen or title to come up.
I think what is important in a Nicolas Cage movie is good acting, and I feel weird saying
Cage?
That. What?
From Cage or from...
Well, he's an Academy Award winner for Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, I liked Leaving Las Vegas, and he wasn't ridiculous in that movie. I think he played it really... I wouldn't call it subtle, but he played it really well as a alcoholic.
I think it is kind of ridiculous to try to kill yourself with booze in Las Vegas, just so we're clear. I don't think people should do that. That's a little ridiculous.
Sure, but I'm talking about the performance. He was pretty...
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Is that not a peak Cage?
Yeah, because he plays a crazier version of himself as a younger...
I did love that movie.
Whoa.
I feel like it is, I don't know, like it's Pete Cage in a different way, I guess, because of all the meta stuff that they bring in, and it's just like Nicolas Cage, the experience. Like, this is the Nicolas Cage movie, right? But as far as movies where it's the movie itself isn't about Nicolas Cage, I stand by Mandy as Pete Cage.
I didn't intend to come into this thinking of all the Nick Cage movies, but Brett Ratner's Family Man, he doesn't freak out in that.
Yeah. He's pretty subdued, I want to say.
Have you seen Family Man?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen it.
Would you call that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It's stuck in my head now, and if I don't say it, I'm just going to keep thinking about it. Theo Von brings it up a lot. I don't listen to Theo Von that often, but he's had a couple of senators and congressional reps on recently. And I think it was a director, and he brought up Family Man to this director, and they were like, yeah, cool, Family Man. Because like at the time, you didn't see it because you weren't interested, right?
Yeah.
Seemed like a boring family drama.
I don't think I had any interest in it.
Oh, despite it being a Nick Cage movie?
I honestly don't remember. When did it come out? I don't even remember.
Late 90s, early 2000s, before Brett Ratner,
Okay.
went away.
I was maybe too young then to appreciate it.
Totally fun. Wait, when did you get into Cage as a child?
Probably like, if I had to pinpoint it, like 2008, 2009 era, maybe. I think the first Nick Cage movie I saw that I remember like being like, oh my God, was The Weatherman.
The Weatherman.
Oh, yeah. I loved The Weatherman, where he freaks out, and that's from Gore Verbinski, who directed the Pirates movies, and he did it like in between, was it between 1 and 2 he did The Weatherman or something?
I don't even know.
Yeah, anyways, I was just so moved by that, it got me.
It's a good movie.
I want to watch it again. Michael Caine says to him, the hard thing to do and the right thing to do are often the same. Often the same thing to do.
Yeah, you had...
I should have...
Do it again into Michael Caine?
I don't want to, but they bring up Bob Seger a lot in that movie. I think Nick Cage gets his dad to listen to Bob Seger, which...
That's right.
To me at the time was like so lame, right, Nick? Thinking about being in a car with my father and sharing a classic rock song, or any genre, like, would it be great if it was like Tupac or something, and I was trying to get my dad to like hip-hop. Sorry. And now we're stuck in this groove, so I gotta go here. Nick Cage as an animated performer. The Croods.
Animated? Oh,
Spider-Man.
I haven't seen The Croods.
What?
I haven't seen The Croods either.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. And I didn't make notes for this. This is just like...
I am excited for the Nick Cage Spider-Man Noir movie.
Live action? I think it's going to be a
TV
series
show,
on
yeah,
Amazon.
it's
Oh, it's a
TV.
series. I thought it was a movie.
Yes,
No,
it's
it's
going to be
TV.
a series on Jeff Bezos' streaming site.
Bummer. But
Do you have it? The streaming, the access to the streaming?
I do have access to it, yes.
Okay, so you're
No
one of
free
the
ads.
bad people who
Well-
engages with corporate America. I have it too. We have a shared account, my sister and I. Who said the quote at the beginning? Or could we debate the what it is intended to mean?
What's the quote?
At the very beginning, the poem.
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Douglas Allen Roberts, who is credited as having said it, he was killed by electrocution because he got capital punishment, and apparently that quote has also been in a Grateful Dead movie. You have the quote?
Can I read it?
Please.
When I die, bury me deep, lay 2 speakers at my feet, wrap some headphones around my head, and rock and roll me when I'm dead.
If I am ever put to death in by the state or otherwise, I hope that I can have the presence of mind to say such a thing.
It's so badass, right?
Are you a big music, like what kind of music guy are you?
I'm a huge music guy.
But like what genre?
Most of them, but definitely everything revolves around rock and roll. I listen to a lot of alternative, metal, just weird. I love King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, just like weird stuff. I mean, I could just start listing artists, I guess, but we would get nowhere with that.
Sure. So because there's a rock, I would say, theme to this movie. Yes, no?
Yes. Mandy
okay.
is so metal. It's so metal, and that's one of the things I love about it.
Is it musically metal to you?
I think vibe-wise, it's very metal.
But
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not the
remember
music.
any of the metal or the music in the movie.
I would call it more rock, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Shoot, now I'm thinking of Longlegs, and you saw Longlegs,
I
right?
did.
So the idea behind that character is that he listened to glam rock so hard he communed with the devil, and that's how he became a bad guy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
And that's not a spoiler for the movie.
Yeah.
You could still see that movie, and that's nothing in there.
Yeah, what does the quote mean?
Yeah, I'm not. What does it mean? I wanted to have a bait around it, but do you want to say something cool like that when you die?
Nah, no, I
You
don't
don't want
know.
a cool line right before you die?
No, I don't know when I'm gonna die. I have to make it up on the spot as I die. I have to say something cool. I don't know. Who's gonna capture that? I might die in a car crash. Who knows?
Saw this coming.
Or, oh no, it's Final Destination.
Can I say what I think the quote means in the context of the movie?
If you don't think it spoils anything, please.
I don't think so. I mean, I guess I won't go too into detail, of course, but I think what that quote means is, don't give up. Like in the quote, even when you're dead, you don't give up rock and roll, right? Right? You take rock and roll to your grave. Like it's that important. And I think in the same way, I think Red, our title character played by Nicolas Cage, doesn't give up. Now I'm going to spoil it. I can't say it.
Do you know that he's a recovering alcoholic in this movie?
Yeah,
I did not
Yes.
get that from. How did you tell?
There is a very subtle clue at the beginning of the movie where one of his logging coworkers tries to hand him a beer, and he goes, "No," because I'm not going to drink that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just would have been like, oh, he's at work still, so he doesn't want to drink on the job.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle.
Well, I thought the song meant like he's living through rock and roll. Like, even though I died, I will continue to live on, and it's gonna, I don't know, make me feel alive in the afterlife.
I think that could be true too. Like, this movie is abstract enough that you can make of it what you want. Like, that's what it can mean,
You can bring yourself to Mandy and get whatever you want out of it.
Seriously, you can. And like I know it sounds silly, but like since the first time I watched it, and I don't know how many times I've seen it, a lot, but every time I watch it, I get something else out of it. Or I notice things I didn't notice before, and I find new meaning in it.
This brings up an art versus substance debate. Do you find this movie to be substantive, or do you find it to be more artful?
This movie is art.
Definitely art.
This movie, like, it has a strong narrative, but it's also very art. It's very experimental to me. I mean, and they do a lot of mixed media stuff, like we talked about before. There's animation. There's a lot of crazy lighting stuff that they do that you don't typically see in films.
Can you describe how they would achieve the lighting and what it might have looked like?
I can, because it's very cool. So throughout this movie and throughout Panos Cosmatos' movies, you'll notice there are a lot of crazy looking lens flares that go right across the middle of the screen or the top or the bottom of the screen that you don't typically see in movies. And the way they achieve that is they take an LED light and put it inside the matte box in front of the lens, so it's shining directly into the barrel of the lens, and they change the angle of it based on where the key light is located for the shot. So you get that lens flare that goes across. And they can create different lens flares by adjusting that light.
Is that what J.J. Abrams does sometimes? How does he do it? Just
I don't
points
know.
his camera at the light, I assume.
I think, yeah, based on what I'm picturing, remembering his movies, I think those are more natural lens flares with the anamorphic lenses. But with this movie, it's very intentional. Like, we have this shot. All right, let's put the lens flare in here so it's right here. And they can do that by sticking that LED light in the matte box.
So I'm going to try to argue against why it is art and more why it is substantive. This will be hard because I'm arguing to a DP that type of thing means that there is a substance to the movie that is important. Like, hey, we want to tell you something with the light motivation from this weird thing that. And you say he does this because he did a Cabinets of Curiosities. He's got another movie coming out. I haven't seen his previous movie before this.
Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Beyond the Black Rainbow. Would you recommend it?
I have seen. Okay, I don't want to admit this. I have seen about half of Beyond the Black Rainbow. Maybe I wasn't in the mood, but I couldn't get through it. Honestly, it didn't. It's very slow. Whereas like Mandy starts off slow and then it picks up, but maybe this movie does the same thing. But I definitely need to go back and try to rewatch it because I fell off of it when I tried to watch it.
Okay. Meta debate about Andrea Riseborough. We're all big fans, I'm assuming.
This is the only movie I've seen her in. What other movie was she in?
Well, she was very famous when the Oscar nominations came out 2 years ago, 1 year ago. To stop me if either of you have heard of this. We've reached the movie's playing in the background, dear listener, and it's just that flash of Cheddar Goblin, which we'll talk about in the spoiler section, because I want to argue for full Cheddar Goblin over. See, when you see just this part, it's the end of the. Yeah. Anyways, completely lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry. I was so excited that Cheddar Goblin was on the screen.
The movie's substantive because. I was going about Andrea Riseborough. Well, she's an Academy Award nominated actress. Nick Cage is an Academy Award
winner.
What movie? she was nominated for Leslie.
Oh, the one that didn't make a lot of money at the box office that SNL made fun of.
She was specifically in trouble because they hosted her more famous friends hosted screenings for her and helped her get nominated. And I guess my question is, are we for or against what Andrea Riseborough did to get nominated for an Oscar for her small independent movie?
But I didn't see the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know Mark Maron is in
None
it.
of us have seen the movie.
None of us, but we know of the movie, and it's being mentioned because of the, like, she leaned on her friends to get them to invite
Well, I mean,
people.
I like her performance in Mandy. I think she was good.
I'm sure you've seen her in things, you just don't remember.
probably
She's
don't
like
remember.
that guy kind of actor.
Yeah, like a character actor?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you know, she's good, and you would like to see more of those people. I really thought I was going to get more pushback on the, no, I don't like what they did to get nominated for Leslie.
What are you referencing? What did they do?
She asked her friends, more famous people, to host screenings for her, but because she can't host the screening, but if she asks her more famous friend to do it, it's like inside baseball for how you get nominations in,
Yeah, but that's like the underdog. I like that about stories with underdogs. I think that's great. Yeah, so I'm going to root for Andrea Riseborough to do that. That's like, her movie didn't make a lot of money, but, she used all her resources to get her story out there. So
I would
that's
say
great.
if you have connections, use them.
Okay.
Like maybe it's unfair to people who don't have those connections, but wouldn't you use those connections if you had them?
I guess the argument against what I'm saying is that it seemed to go right up to the line of the rules because there are all these very specific rules. It's kind of like running for president when you're in the Academy Awards. Not about as important, I would assume.
Okay.
Just that there's things you're not allowed to do, like specifically hosting the screening yourself. As far as submitting yourself, the studio or the production company can submit you, but some people can submit themselves. Like her name is escaping me, but she won for The Fighter. Neither of you saw that.
The Fighter with
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, his
Christian
mother.
Bale?
Christian Bale was nominated. He didn't win, but the
I
one
don't
who
remember
plays,
the lady though.
I feel bad, but
You can look it up.
I'm not going to. She did like a whole shoot and stuff and submitted herself for the Academy Awards, and then she won, and then she was able to get jobs that paid her a lot more. Like she had to pay tens of thousands of dollars to run the campaign, take out ads, get a big photo shoot of her looking pretty at 50 or something like that. I don't know. So I just wanted to bring up that Andrea Riseborough did that and see if I would get any pushback, and I did not.
I would do the same thing if I could, Like that sounds smart to me.
We talked
Get
a
your
lot
name out there.
Yes, we talked a lot about Z-Fest in your interview, and I think,
what do you mean? The interview hasn't come out yet.
well, people know that I'm meta breaking it in hates when I do that. But the reason I bring it up is that it kind of helps you understand why people care so much about awards and nominations because there's this perceived value to it, a monetary one in the Oscar sense, because your next movie you get to ask for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more on your quote. Related to this movie, what is your favorite planet?
I love that question.
Uranus.
Did you say
What was
Uranus?
that?
Uranus, yeah.
Why?
It's a joke. No, this is a joke. What's your favorite
That
planet?
ass.
Uranus,
That's
yeah.
why.
That ass.
I'm going to
ass.
have to, I think, agree with light spoiler. Not really. I'll agree with Mandy in the movie. My favorite planet is Jupiter.
Why? That's because of the god that it's based off of?
No.
Of war?
What god?
Because Jupiter
No,
is...
Mars is the god.
Wait, Jupiter's a god too, though, isn't he? Sorry, let's let
Mars
everyone
is the
else-
god of war, I'm pretty sure. But
Jupiter's something.
because Jupiter is this insane planet that's just... It's huge. Like, you can't even fathom how big it is. It's so big that it defends Earth from incoming stuff like asteroids and everything, which I think is super cool that we have that planet to protect us, because otherwise we'd probably be dead.
Isn't that where the wormhole is in Interstellar that helps them cross the galaxy? Because
No,
that's
I
where
thought it
the
was
fold-
Saturn.
I do not remember.
That's
Oh,
Saturn.
it is
It's been
Saturn.
so
Yeah.
long since I saw that
Man,
movie.
I like thinking about space. I used to like to think about it a lot more because Jupiter is what 1,000 Earths would fit inside of Jupiter.
I think I'm probably way off. I think 1,000 Earths would probably fit inside the eye of the storm on Jupiter. Like, it's huge, man. It's gigantic.
Because there's a lot of gas around it.
Yeah, it's a gas giant, but it's like a human cannot fathom how big Jupiter is, and that's awe-inspiring to me. It's the scale of everything.
If you drop the right amount of acid, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
Not that I have ever tried that and then watched this movie right afterwards. So you're going with Uranus and Jupiter.
In all seriousness, I'd say Mars is one of my favorite planets.
Why?
Because it's cool. It's like the god of war, and then it's like a desolate planet that used to
They're all
house...
desolate as far as we know.
I mean, it's a desert, and it's lifeless. I mean, all the planets
Are
in our
deserts
system...
and lifeless.
No, are lifeless. All our planets around here are lifeless.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
Are you saying you like war?
Oh, yeah.
I think he is saying he likes war coming off the 12-day war. Isn't that impressive? That's the title we're going for.
Wait, what's your favorite planet?
Earth, because I live here.
Wow.
That's a good answer.
All right.
What's your favorite planet that's not Earth?
Yeah.
I wanted to say Venus because that's what I think of when I think of gas planets, and it's where women come from, supposedly. Men come from Mars, women come... And you know what? I'm a male feminist. I'm not a male feminist. I sent him a meme.
Try to win some brownie points?
No,
No.
I'm already married. I have 2 daughters. I do not need to get brownie points. I'm sure I will be, working to
You'll be
maintain
fine.
my
Yeah.
side of the gender aisle in the future, which is something that I think about constantly. Not true. Cult leader. This movie involves cults. Do you know what movie Kirk and I thought of when we saw the cult leader in this?
Tell me.
Do you know what some of his other movies are?
Oh, I see where you're going with it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you mean the actor?
Yeah,
Or
the
actor,
actor,
yes.
yeah.
What other movies he's been in?
Not off the top of my head, no.
He's the Batman Begins Superman.
Thomas Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
He's Batman's dad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not realize that. That's crazy.
Yes, so I didn't realize it the first time I watched it either, but
Yeah.
my brother pointed it out, and it completely changes how I watched the movie, because it's like, well, maybe Thomas Wayne didn't die, and he just ran off it. I'm sure better people have made a joke related to that. I guess there's nothing related to debate there. We'll have to wait till the spoilers to talk about why that's funny.
I have a fun fact about...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What?
Yeah, so Panos, the director, initially wanted Nick Cage to play Jeremiah Sand, the cult leader.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
what?
Yes, he was originally intended to play Jeremiah Sand, but he didn't want to play Jeremiah Sand. He wanted to play Red. And they disagreed on this, and what I don't know if this is true, but what I read was there were like weeks or months where the movie wasn't getting made because they didn't have somebody cast for Red, and eventually Nick Cage convinced him to let him be Red, and it was like the perfect casting.
That's on the Wikipedia, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I read that when I was watching this movie the first time. Okay, so who can make a better Red than Nicolas Cage if Nicolas Cage were the cult leader?
Nobody. That's why he's Red.
Pedro Pascal.
Probably do it.
Yeah, he could. But he
Came up
could, but I
easily
don't
on
think...
that one. The point is, you got to think of someone who's not Nick Cage who could pull off
crazy?
the depth of character at the beginning, and then the more wild stuff in the latter half.
I just don't
Tom
think...
Cruise.
It wouldn't be Mandy if Nick Cage wasn't Red. Like, I mean, he had to be Red. That had to happen for the movie to get made,
Oh, sure. From the meta-textual production-wise to, like, get it funded, you mean, right?
No, I mean, like, the universe made Nick Cage be Red. Like, no one else can play Red, is my point. Like, that's why he fought so hard to be Red, I think.
What is inherent to Red that I guess doesn't spoil the movie? Because to me, it's...
Do you think anybody else could do that? What's on the screen right now that everybody listening doesn't know what I'm talking about?
Well, Nick Cage is wearing sunglasses. I don't think that spoils anything. And if you've seen the movie, you obviously know when it might be effective for him for a movie that takes place very rarely in the day. For him to have worn sunglasses, yeah, I think someone else could have I could imagine Pedro Pascal doing. I'm just using him because he's in the Unbearable Weight of
That's
Massive
what I was going to
Talent.
ask. Are you just saying Pedro Pascal because he's in that movie?
Because he was able to go toe to toe with Cage. Like, I don't think John Travolta could do it, but I do think Tom Cruise could do it.
I was thinking about John Travolta.
You said Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I also said Tom Cruise. I think Tom Cruise could do it, but he's never had like a crazy role though.
He always goes nuts in his movies.
It's not the same kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, what is
It's
the
not
difference?
Nick Cage nuts.
What is the difference between the Cruise nuts and the Cage nuts? Yeah, I know what I said.
Yeah.
We're
When I
brothers
think
with
of
the Farx brothers.
when I think of like Tom Cruise movies, I think of like all the crazy stunts and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I think about Nick Cage movies, I think about his behavior as a character and how he embodies that and goes wild.
Now I feel the urge to make the argument of old Cruise, not like he's old now, but back when he would do like Magnolia or Eyes Wide Shut. And it was actually supposed to be Steve Martin in Eyes Wide Shut, but he has a manic craziness he can play, and then he can also have this very like sincere depth of field. Sorry, I'm looking at a cinematographer, so I said that. There is a well of feeling I can have towards Tom Cruise that, despite how I feel towards him as a person, not as a character, I feel for him, and I feel for Cage. That's why I say, Cruise was a decent...
Yeah, I think Cruise could do it. I mean, does he go kind of crazy in, what's that one where he's, like, born on July 4th or something?
Oh, Born on the 4th of July? Yes,
Yeah.
That's another example of him.
That's probably him breaking.
It also takes a big director, because he's been working with, like, these kind of machine-like guys for a while. I'm sorry, I have, like, lots of thoughts about Cruise, because he did a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, right? And it was considered very good. I think he got nominated for that one.
Which one was that?
Magnolia.
Oh.
And then he worked with Stanley Kubrick mostly for Eyes Wide Shut, right? And so when he's with these like big directors, he can handle it because he's going to work with Iñárritu now, and coming off of guys he can boss around. I don't know. It's kind of that's where my head is. So I'm arguing for Cruise. I'm wondering if the Greek descendant, well, he's actually Italian and Greek. What's his name? Panos
Cosmatos.
Cosmatos.
I think I'm saying that correctly.
Well, his dad has Greek and Italian descent. I had looked this up because I was like, what is it like? Janos Lortham, the guy who did The Favorite, and that guy. To me, they share a kind of. There's a weirdness coming from Greece.
They both make very weird movies.
What do you think that is about Greece being weird?
I don't know. I don't think that it necessarily is. I mean, I think these two guys just happen to make weird movies. Like, I don't know if there's something there that actually like connects that,
Did you see this in a theater?
Mandy?
Yes.
Yes.
How did you know to go to it?
Nick Cage?
That's a good question.
Because it got past me.
Yeah, I think Nick Cage is what originally drew me to it, but I think I saw the trailer and the visuals were just so stunning that I was like, holy shit, I have to see that. Like, because I was just so blown away. And this movie came out in 2018, which was right after I made that film that I mentioned in my interview, Susceptible, which had a lot of weird experimental stuff going on. And when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, that's my kind of movie.
So you were graduating college.
Yeah.
You're graduating college, this movie comes out. Yeah, that would get me. That would totally get me.
Oh, that's fair.
You didn't see it in the theater. You saw it
No,
last
I
week
saw
for
it
the
in
first
your
time.
house, yeah.
Yeah, I let him in the house sometimes when Mrs. Farx says it's okay.
Yeah, because I live outside.
Yes, for the lore of the show, Kirk lives outside. Does anyone want to make a defense of hippies?
No.
Nah, I
Fuck
mean,
hippies?
Fuck hippies.
Sure, alright.
Goddamn hippies.
I have nothing against them.
It really was something that I developed from South Park, which doesn't surprise anyone who's listening.
That episode is so great.
Yeah, fuck these hippies. Watching this movie sober versus high, does anyone want to argue for watching it sober?
I saw it sober. I think I should have saw it high.
I think there's an argument to be made for both because the movie itself is a trip. Like,
Yeah.
I think intentionally the movie feels like you're on this trip with Red, right, as you go on the journey with him. And I think watching it while you're not sober, definitely you experience it differently. But I think watching it sober, you still get to experience that trip in a way. You know what I mean? Because the movie is so trippy.
So my argument against that, and then sorry, brother, go to you.
No, what's your argument?
My
against
argument against that is that I don't think the average audience person can do that. This to me is a midnight movie, which implies, hey, go to the bars and then come to the movies and you'll have a good time and be drunk. This to me reeks of that, especially you coming off of college. No, I have no idea how you were in college. I assume upstanding student. You mentioned in your interview working very hard when you first got into college, overnights for 3 times.
it? Well, there's a difference between drunk watching it and high watching it.
I've never touched the stuff, so I don't know. But
I saw it sober.
Yes.
So it's pretty slow. I think, given how trippy it was, I think I would have liked to have seen it kind of drunk or high, because...
in an inebriated state.
Yeah, so that I could experience it a lot more, maybe on a more personal level.
Does that hurt your
maybe?
feelings, Greg, for him to be saying like he would rather been?
No, not at all. I think
It's his favorite movie.
I have experienced this movie, I will say, both ways, and I liked it both ways. Definitely a negative to watching this movie when you're inebriated is it's very scary. It has very scary moments that really draw you in with the visuals and the sound design, and it's hard to escape that when you're not sober watching this movie.
Oh, this is where we're different. I enjoy like feeling like I am not in control and like maybe we've gone too far and like breaking through that feeling.
There is one scene in this movie we can talk about in the spoiler section that I want to know what you thought if you were not sober watching this.
I'm sober as a church mouse because they don't
because my brother here doesn't touch any of that stuff.
Doesn't touch the stuff.
I think we can touch on this in non-spoilers. You've watched the deleted scenes?
I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think.
So something they cut out about Mandy, the character, is that she was, I was about to say the town pump, which is not a good phrase, that she's referred to as a whore.
Yeah.
They cut out the parts of the movie that imply that other people perceive her as being a sexually active woman.
That's kind of interesting because there is one line by the cult leader Jeremiah Sand where he calls her a whore, and it feels almost out of place to me. Like, and it's interesting to hear that there were other scenes that added more context to that.
Well, it's and far be it from me to be the one to talk about this in any cogent way, but it seems there's a difference between characters in the movie being misogynistic and the movie itself being misogynistic towards the characters. And I think by cutting it out, my argument would be the movie is trying not to be like, I think these are well-meaning people who like to make fucked up movies, and God bless them, little weirdos. Taking out the misogyny of how her character was treated in some of the deleted scenes, I think helps the movie. So
that definitely, yes, that sounds like they did the right thing there. It doesn't need more of that, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Is there an afterlife? I guess we could save that for spoilers. Is there an afterlife, Kirk?
Yeah, I'd like to believe there's something after this.
Tell them there's not an afterlife and it's all
Why?
meaningless, please.
You can believe whatever you would like to believe.
You want to debate that?
That's
Is there
up to
afterlife
you.
go?
No, I want to
I'm not going to tell you what to believe.
I will tell you what to believe. I'm a cult leader.
Yeah.
It's a 12-day war, okay? Well, let's get the spoilers so we can talk about the scene you want to know my opinion on, because I'm very curious.
Oh, that's a great tease. All right. We'll end the non-spoiler segment and hop right in. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.